Welcome to Vision ProNotes, where we explore Apple Vision Pro, Vision OS, and the growing field of spatial computing. Today's episode covers Apple's newly announced Vision Pro M5. It's a refined, focused technology on speed, comfort, and AI-driven capability. You're going to find out about the hardware changes, performance gains, developer tools, and Apple's evolving ecosystem. The Vision Pro M5 keeps the same design at the same cost, $3,500 at the original 2024 model. Inside, Apple, however, has replaced the M2 chip with the M5 chip for significantly greater performance improvements. Battery life is going to be a little bit better. Comfort and display refresh rates are all meaningful boosts that you will see in this new hardware. I've got a website here of Apple from their newsroom talking about the new device. And then we also have an article by Engadget that's talking about the new device in the M5 chip. So what do we have? We have an M5 that replaces the M2. It's also paired with the Air 1. There was a discussion that we were going to get an R2 instead of an R1. But we're with an R2, and we'll have low latency sensor fusion with the combination of the M5 and the R1. The display is 23 M-pixel dual micro-OLED panels, now running up to 120 hertz, which means it's a bit faster. I think it went from 90 as the top to 120, which means you're going to get less lag and less kind of jittery movements. That will be reduced because of the 120 hertz. It also means programmers can start to develop apps and other types of services at the 120 hertz rate. The neural engine is 50% faster, a faster system for AI, up to 2 times faster for third-party AI tasks. The battery increases from 2 hours to 2.5 hours in general use and 3 hours for video. So for someone who, like me, who uses it as a commuter, if I'm on a plane, I've got 3 hours of battery life, which is a good long movie and a good long flight. It says it's slightly lighter due to the magnesium-lithium alloy frame. However, I've heard reports that it's a little heavier. And I think the difference here is whether you are counting the weight of the headband, which the old one was the solo loop or the dual band. The new one is this dual band that is sort of like the solo loop or 2 solo loops. And supposedly in the back frame area where the solo loop usually is, they have sort of ribbing in it, which helps it stay a little more steady around the head, and that adds a little extra weight to it. So that's where the argument is. There are people who are saying, what? It's new? It's got all this new stuff, and it's heavier? We wanted it to be lighter. Well, it might be slightly heavier, but a lot more stable with this dual solo band, I guess is the best way to describe it. That band is also available for original, the original Vision Pro users. So you can buy the band separately. And like I said, it looks like 2 solo loops, one that goes across the back and the lower occipital part of your skull, and one that goes a little across the top. And in doing so, you've got that stability. And you have that little dial on the solo loop. Well, that dial works in multiple ways to tighten not only the top, but also tighten the typical occipital part of that dual solo loop. It's really weird to call it dual solo loop. But that's the new band, and that's what people have been waiting for. Apparently, there's also some heat reduction in it, or at least ways in which the heat is going to be reduced because the thermals that are in this new Vision Pro, they have a heat pipe design that allows for the heat to be dispersed in a better way. Remember, sometimes if you're running things, you can hear the fans and you can feel the hot air blowing. Well, supposedly that's changed in this new version of the Vision Pro. The dual knit band, as we mentioned, combines the solo loop and the dual loop into one piece. It has a fit dial, as I said, and counterweight ribs for improved comfort. I like ribs, but not the kind that you eat. Well, I do like these too. The band's compatible with the first generation Vision Pro. You can purchase one, I think, separately for $99 and try it on your first gen version. It causes better balance and reduced facial pressure, which is where people had major concerns. EyeSight external display is brighter, around 300 nits, and more power efficient. The enhanced color accuracy and reduction of distortion and pass-through is pretty cool. A 10% more rendered pixels, improved readability, and for situations where you have text-heavy use of your Vision Pro. So it's all better performance. It runs on Vision OS 26 with expanded Apple Intelligence features. The upgrades, it upgrades personas. I understand the persona, creating your persona is a lot easier now and a lot quicker with this M5 chip. And it's great also for widgets and spatial photos. Developers get a new SDK with the 120 hertz and the AI co-processing APIs, so developers will be able to develop for this new version. Updated spatial scene kit for lifelike rendering. Over 1,000 Vision Pro native apps are now available. So all pretty cool kind of stuff. The new live captioning for FaceTime and immersive videos is also part of it. Spatial voice improves lip sync and vocal projection as part of this. And it will be globally launched. It's going to expand to Canada, UK, Japan, Germany, and Australia, and hopefully other countries after that for this new M5 version. Now, the new M5 version isn't really revolutionary. They put a new chip in. They've done some structural stuff. They've made the wearing it and having it on your head a little bit easier with the new straps, better comfort, smoother visuals. So maybe less headaches from people who have complained about that because the visuals are now smoother with the 120 hertz. Stronger developer tools. All of this is good to say that the device is continuing to grow and is continuing to provide better performance. It's clearly Apple's attempt to make Vision Pro a productivity and daily use device rather than just some type of novelty. The M5 sets up the future for spatial computing where AI and immersive media blend together. So thanks for tuning in to Vision ProNotes. Subscribe to Vision Profiles on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or YouTube for our full show, which is on Monday night. And then occasionally we drop these ProNotes throughout the week. I try to do them Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Haven't been a lot of news until today, where we get to talk about the M5 Vision Pro. So thanks for listening and watching. You can always email us at thepodtalknetwork@gmail.com and keep looking through those Vision Pros and being a visionary. Glad that you joined us.